Alright, did this a couple of days ago on an actual production shoot. Mounted the cameras on a homemade mount side by side and matched up the frames best I could. Oddly enough, the client never even asked me why I was shooting with two cameras like that. Well, I was doing it for you guys. Anyway, I have no idea what's going to happen when we do these walkthroughs. I do it often on corporate shoots. You know, we get taken on a tour, or in this case it was a school, sometimes it's an industrial plant, and I'll mic the guy up and follow them around for 15 or 20 minutes, walking behind, walking in front, and we'll very often then be able to use snippets of this to cover up edits in the sit-down interview, which is usually done later. It's, you know, seat of the pants. That's an example of something you couldn't use, which reminds me there were comments on the NX30 review footage, various anomalies people would find in the footage. And guys, there is something called the editing room floor. The reason I'm showing you these long sustained shots is so you can study the camera and see what it does. Here's the transition from inside to outside, for example. Shot went dead after that. Here the NX30 rendered the sky better, but to be fair, I hadn't dropped in the ND filter on the X70, which is one of its advantages, so that's a little bit of a mistake. By the way, none of this footage is processed in post in any way, color, stabilization, or anything else. Now, walking backwards. This is a handy thing to be able to do, and to be honest, I don't think you can do this with very many cameras. In fact, sometimes it's harder to walk slowly like they're walking here. In a second we turn around, there we go, the pace is picked up a little bit. Alright, there you go, there's a side-by-side comparison. Later on I'll show you some other walking shots I did inside Beaver Castle.